How do your kids feel when you correct them? Do you ever think about that? How do your kids feel when you're disappointed in them? It might not be something you've thought about very often. In Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, Paul teaches fathers in the early church this point. He says, "Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger by the way that you treat them. Rather, bring them up with the discipline and instruction that comes from the Lord." Paul encourages us not to provoke our kids to anger by how we treat them. If you have a toddler, that probably seems impossible. Actually, if you have a teenager, that probably seems impossible too. He's not saying that we will never make our kids angry. We probably will. He's saying that we should never correct our kids out of our own frustration. We correct them out of a desire to bring them closer to Jesus. Angry decisions and corrections have an incredible potential for consequences that last far beyond the issue, and they could damage your relationship with your kids. Now, notice the second part of what he's saying. We bring up our kids not to be like us, but to be like God. Paul teaches us to bring our kids up with the discipline and instruction that comes from the Lord. How can we bring our kids up in the instruction that comes from the Lord if we don't know what it is? This shows us the importance of continually reading and seeking to understand the instructions that God has given us both through the Bible and by the Holy Spirit. Correct your kids and teach them who God is. Also, remember that one of the worst things you can do is not practice what you preach. Don't encourage your kids to honor God with their lives while you refuse to, even if you think they won't notice. They will. If you do that, you'll harm your relationship with God, your relationship with your kids, and even your kids' relationship with God. Don't discipline your kids to be like you. Lead them to be like Jesus.